Hey guys, so this is the second video that I'm filming today, and in the first one you guys can check it out when it uploads. It's a green one, a green makeup look inspired one, but there's popping in the audio, which I think comes from my laptop. So if someone knows how to fix that or knows what's going on with that, because I currently don't have a headset that's good enough to actually film, so if someone knows what that is, I use a Chromebook. I don't know exactly what kind. Please let me know down below. But I'm doing a blue theme makeup look this time. So, and I say this time because this is the second video that I'm filming, and then I'm gonna run to the store with my mom, and then I'm gonna come back and film the rest of the rainbow and upload them today. For Gay Pride, I already have a purple one out on my channel if you guys want to check that out as well. And then I'm gonna be filming lots of videos over the course of this month of various Gay Pride looks. I probably will miss a couple of the flags, and I apologize in advance if I do. I'm gonna try and get a video out every day, but I don't know what every day this month is, so I need to look up what the calendar for the month is. But let's get started. So you guys know this foundation well if you watch my videos. This is my very old GOV USA foundation. And I have, in the other video you will find out, I experimented a little bit between this one and my L'Oreal Visible Lift Serum that I just got at Walmart, and found that you actually need more of the light than you do the dark, and I kind of forgot that. But as you guys can hopefully see, one of them is much lighter than the other, and I do that on purpose because if I mix them, they actually make a skin tone that's fairly close to mine. So it is very intentional that I have two foundations on my hand that are two very differentiating colors. I do that on purpose, y'all, so don't freak out. I'm gonna just dip my finger in the light one, do heavy dabs of that all over the place, pretty much. And then the dark one, I'm gonna do much lighter dabs of in areas where that I don't have the lighter one, and I'll blend the two of them out. And blend them together because that'll match my skin tone fairly well. So this is the reason that I do this. It is intentional. I swear to God, guys, I'm not doing this and being crazy. I am intentionally putting two tones of makeup on my skin because it matches mine in the end. I've done this for a very long time because this is the only way that I can ever find something that even somewhat matches my skin tone. And even then, I'm not 100% sure that it does it perfectly, but it is the closest thing to a match that I have found for my skin tone. And I feel like I smeared it on a little heavy this time, but you know what? We're gonna make it work anyway. Probably just because I just used foundation, and so my sponge still has plenty on it. I do need to clean out my sponge. I just don't know how. I'm gonna have to look up how to clean out your sponge properly. But so you do your makeup, and when you're doing your makeup, you want to get foundation up on your ears, which, as weird as it sounds, there is reasoning behind it. Besides smearing it down your neck, your ears are another place where that people look to see if your foundation actually matches your skin. And if it's not 100% match, oh my God, will it be noticeable. So you smear it on your ears a little bit too if it's not 100% match, and it makes it look mostly a match. Hopefully that makes sense. spread down your neck, always, always. You never just want to leave your neck empty and not spread it down, because then it doesn't look like a match to your skin on your neck. And that'll give it dead away too that you're wearing makeup. This helps a little bit with covering up the fact that you're in makeup. Even though if you're like me and an idiot, you put it on a little bit heavy sometimes. And it looks like you have on makeup sometimes. You guys will notice my eyebrows ain't covered in makeup and stuff. I am very, very blessed with very good eyebrows. I don't have to draw my eyebrows in ever. So I apologize to those of you that do. But this is not the place to get an eyebrow tutorial. Alright, yeah, so that's foundation. Next up we have concealer, which is right here. Very simple step. It is the boop sauce. You boop it on all of your imperfections. Boop, boop. It's a big boop. You just cover every blemish that's on your skin. And I'm sure you're flawless and don't have any. I am not. I have plenty of imperfections on my skin right now. I'm breaking out really bad because of work and all the dust and dirt and stuff that I work around regularly at FedEx. And the stories that I could tell you about that building, I swear. Some of the managers there are really, really awesome people. Not the best manager. Like, they try. They try hard. But they're not the best at what they do, managing-wise. Just being a regular person, oh yes, love them. Alright, and with this, you want to go down your nose and go and make it a 3-way flower. That's what I think of. It's a flower with 3 leaves, or 3 petals. And then under your eyes. Cover those bags. For those of us who get no sleep. Like, ever. I never sleep. That is part of my job. I work a night shift. Sleep is like not until 3 in the morning on a good night. On a bad night, I just don't sleep. I end up just getting up and doing randomness. Alright. And once you have enough concealer on, don't put this away. If you mess up somewhere else in your makeup, oh my god, is this an eraser? Concealer is something that is always good to have nearby. But blend out your concealer. Blendy, blendy, blend. And concealer seems to come in more so a wide variety of tones than foundation does. For whatever reason, they have yet to find out that it is really, really hard to find your perfect match in foundation unless you go to a really expensive brand, which I refuse to do. That's just ridiculous, the price of some of these things. So I don't use the expensive brands. There's no point to them when you can DIY your own skin tone. Just grab something a little too dark and something a little too light, and you're fine. Okay. Next, we have, hold on. There it went. Bronzer. And I do everything powder on my face except for my eyes before I do a setting powder there. And this is my Wander Beauty Trip to Costa Rica. It's a very good bronzer. It's a little bit dark for my skin tone, but you know what? We're gonna go with it. It works. And it works actually fairly well. Ow, ow, ow. And you just go along your hairline and down your jaw and that kind of helps thin out your face a little bit. And then you're gonna suck your cheek in, and wherever the hollow of your cheek is where that you're gonna put it next. Sorry if you guys can't see that properly. I just realized how far back my camera was tilted. My laptop was tilted to have my camera so far back. So I'm fixing that mid-video. Oh well. You know, life ain't always perfect. If there's a mistake, oh well. That just happens sometimes. Okay, and once you're done with the one side of your face, you're pretty much going to mirror the effect on the other side. And be careful, if you have one that is dark for your skin, to start out putting it on very lightly. And in the hollow of your cheek, it's okay to have it a little bit darker and right against your hairline, but like if you're doing it on your jaw, it makes no sense to have that much bronzer there, because you wouldn't have that much shadows there. So you don't want to put it on too dark on your jaw. Okay, so there's bronzer. Next up is blush, and I just got a brand new blush at Walmart. Literally, majority of my products come from the dollar store or Walmart. That's where everything comes from. And this is a Maybelline New York blush that came from Walmart. It was a little bit more expensive than I normally do on makeup, but it also is a very, very pretty pink color that I very much so liked. I don't know how well you guys can see this, but it's a very pretty pink that I am enjoying the color of very much. And I hold it off of my bed because I have white sheets. White sheets and makeup don't go together. But right above where you just did your bronzer, in the hollow of your cheek, is where your blush is gonna go. So if you want to suck your cheeks back in because your bronzer matches your skin tone fairly well that day, then go ahead and do that. So not quite where you put the bronzer, but right above it is where that you're gonna put on some makeup. You're gonna put on your blush right there. And literally 90% of the stuff that I have is from Walmart, and then like I just got a new ring light from Amazon. That is the most expensive thing that I have ever bought in myself, besides shelves that are currently sitting in a box beside me and behind me, because I wanted bookshelves. I am a nerd. I have so many books and knickknacks that it's not even funny. And I needed something to put them on. So my knickknacks are going to go against my wall, and my books are actually going to fill the proper bookshelf. And I forgot to do my my primer. Oh well. Some days you forget primer. It's okay. Just make sure you wash your skin really, really well if you've forgotten primer that day, because there's a reason that you have primer on your face to begin with. Alright, next step is highlight. And I am doing a L'Oreal London Good Girl color highlight. That is what the shade is called on the back of this thing. And it's just a little sample palette. And I got this one off of Ipsy, actually. Ipsy is a little box that you get, and it's $20 a month for 5 test size products like this and like my bronzer, and they work well. They're good products, just check every single one of the brands, and it'll give you something from all of them, unless you happen to have something against that specific brand, or that specific brand uses products that you're allergic to in the majority of the things that they sell. But that's just my tip. If you sign up for Ipsy, it is so worth the cost. I personally have upgraded my box, and I love the box that I get now. And I do monthly product reviews on those. But you're gonna get your makeup on your brush, your highlight on your fan brush, and it's gonna go on your cheekbone. And you want to shine like a star, honey. Just put plenty of it there. It's fine if it's super shiny. You're a star, you might as well shine. Yes, I sound extremely feminine. And to some people, I sound super gay when I say that. I don't care. I'm part of the LGBTQ community. You can come after me for that if you want to. It's not going to change me. There we go. I didn't feel like I shined enough, so I put a little extra on. You're allowed to do that. You can shine as much as you want. No one can tell you otherwise. And you know what I forgot with my bronzer? I forgot to do my nose. And that is something that you don't see super often on YouTube. No one really puts bronzer on their nose on YouTube. But it does make your nose look smaller. And this is just something that I've picked up on, that I have the tendency to do. But you just take a little ball tip brush, and when it's something that's as dark as this, I tend to do 3 dots to begin with, and then swipe between them. But you're following your nose on the side, because it makes your nose look smaller. It makes it look thinner than it actually is. If you can see it. And you do that on both sides of your nose, and it makes it look thinner. And then the line that you just did on the one side doesn't stand out because it makes it look like it's supposed to exist, because it's on both sides of your nose. And I tend to do it up into my eyebrows. Just because it kind of hides it a little bit better, I found. But there you go. Now your nose is all bronzered out, and if you feel like it's a little bit dark, it's no problem. You take your concealer and you don't boop it on the line. You don't want to 100% ruin the line. You just do a tiny little bit where you feel like it's dark against the side of it, not where the line is. Because again, you don't want to 100% take out your line, you just want to lighten it out. And you're going to take your sponge, and you're just barely going to dab up and down. And it lightens the line right out. Without 100% getting rid of it. So that your nose still looks thinner, but as you can see, the line isn't as visible now. It still exists, but it's just less visible. Right, and now comes the setting powder step. And I need a new brush for setting powder personally. I'm just not able to find one that I would be comfortable using for setting powder right now, so I haven't done such. But you take the setting powder and you put a little bit of it in the lid. That is the best place to put the setting powder. And you tap off the excess, if you have any excess on your brush. And then you just go all over the place. All over that makeup that you just did. Because setting powder is transparent. it see-through. It just takes that shine that you naturally have on your face and dims it down a little bit. Because, you know, some days you look really shiny. And that's not a bad thing. But you don't always want to look that shiny. So, this just helps you with that little bit of shine that you get on your face some days. And it makes your face look less shiny, as you can tell. Well, maybe you can't tell as well. I do have a ring light shining on me, so I do kind of show the shine a little bit more. But it's fine. I swear it does work. Next, we're going to eyeshadow. So you want to get your brushes. And no, I haven't cleaned mine properly. I know I need to. Don't worry about it. It'll get done. And you're going to take whatever your darkest blue shade is without shimmer. You want no shimmer in this base makeup. Because this is the very base of your eyes. Very base of what your entire rest of your look is going to be. You don't want no shimmer in that. And then you're just going to smear this all over your eyes. And this first little palette that I'm using, which I can only unfortunately use the one color out of, as the rest of this particular palette is purple and green paste. But it does have the single blue that's not shiny. And this palette is just a dollar store palette. My brother got it for me for my birthday, and I thought it was the most adorable thing ever. It had 3 individual palettes that you can carry with you in the case that they pop out of. And the case has a mirror in it. And I thought it was adorable that he thought of me that much. And thought, you know what, let's get my big sister makeup when I'm not known for my makeup. And you know what? I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. I appreciate that he thought of me that much. And you're just smearing this blue color that you have all over your eyes. And I do very budget-friendly makeups because I am very budget-friendly. I ain't trying to spend $1,000 on a makeup palette. I ain't trying to spend $50 on a makeup palette. I'm trying to spend $5 on a good palette. So that's what I do. And you know what? All of my stuff from Walmart works 100% fine. And yes, I would like to get some stuff from bigger brands because I think, you know, a lot of the brands like Milk and Maybelline are known for their really, really good coverage in their makeup. And dollar store palettes just don't always have that. And they try and make up for it, but dollar store palettes just don't always cut it. And so I would love to one day get a nice, expensive palette and treat myself. But as of right now, that's just not in the cards. Especially because I just bought this ring light and bookshelves for my bedroom. It's not happening right now. So, dollar store stuff it is, and dollar store stuff is 100% acceptable. You know? You do what you can afford. It doesn't matter what anyone else says. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks, as long as you're happy with what you have, and you can make it work for what you want it for. That's what matters. Alright, and there's the blue. Well, the base blue. You are not done with blues, trust me. Next is... Sorry, I gotta remember what brush I use every time that I do makeup. Next is your next darkest, which for me is this one. And you're going to take it and get plenty of it on your brush. And I'm a monolith, so you're going to see right now my makeup is done very differently on my eyes than what most people do. And you do one line down, and you fill in the back of your eye. And this is a NYX palette that I'm using now, that I will be using until I'm done with my eyes pretty much. The very last step is going to be going back to a dollar store palette. But outside of that, this is the palette for the rest of the look, is my NYX palette. I switch between palettes because my palettes only have like 2 or 3 shades of the same color. Or, as you saw on the other one shade of the same color. So I am fortunate enough to have plenty of palettes that I can use for this, that I take 100% advantage of, and I suggest you do too. Yes, they recommend that you stick with the same palette whenever you do makeup. It does not require you to stick with the same palette when you do makeup. You know what? I have never stuck with the same palette when I do makeup, except for with one makeup look. That is a very natural makeup look, because at the time I didn't have multiple palettes, A, and B, it just made sense. That was my only really natural based palette, and still is. So it makes sense to stick to the one palette when that's all I have that really has any browns in it. But if you're gonna do something adventurous, you might as well go all out, right? And I just go 1/3 of the way in on my eye, make the line, and then fill it in. And I always feel like the one eye looks better than the other. Because when I close my left eye, my vision gets worse. I wear glasses for a reason. And if you look at my glasses, the right lens is a lot thicker than the left lens. Because I unfortunately have a lot worse vision in my right eye than I do my left. I have never been able to see, well, when I was younger I could, but since I got my glasses, I wasn't able to see the 20/20 line. I haven't been able to see the 20/20 line. I can hardly see the 3rd largest line with my right eye. Some days with my left one, I can see down to the 5th line. And some days with my left one, I can't hardly see the 3rd one. My vision in that eye kind of varies day to day. I don't understand why, I just know it does. And that's just a thing with me. It's one of my little weird quirks that I have found. Right? This is your next brush. And you're going to take your next blue. This is the last blue that you're going to use, unless you have a very, very light blue that you want to use for this next step. But for the step that we are currently on, you're going to take your next blue. This one is again out of my NYX palette. It's this one. The other blue in the NYX. And you're going to close your one eye and just do a line along the bottom of it. And it's not something that's hard to do. It's not something that's difficult by any means. It's just a very simple way to do your eye makeup. And you just do your line all the way across it. If you go a little bit outside of where you wanted to go, that's okay. Concealer will save the day. Get any concealer, go. And just boop the concealer where that you went outside of it. A been doing that the entire time. That's why I haven't done it up until this step, because I knew it would continue to do that. And I'm just fixing the one eye right now. I'll fix the other one when I'm done with that one. But concealer, I swear to God, is the eraser of makeup. Just conceal the bitch away. And it's gone. A very simple way to fix your makeup is just use your concealer. And it looks fixed even if it is not 100% gone. And this way you don't have to wipe away the area that you just did makeup on to fix it. And just do the same for the other eye. I'm doing a pretty thick little line of this particular color because I know I'm going to do eyeliner. If you don't want to do the eyeliner and you want to do a thinner line of this color, you are free to do that. 100% up to you what you do. I'm doing eyeliner, so I'm doing it a little bit thicker so that when I close my eyes, it hasn't all been covered by my eyeliner. And now, concealer. Swear to God, this stuff is the eraser of makeup. And just boop along anywhere that your makeup has decided to rebel. And where did my sponge go? I left it in front of me. There you go. Easily fixed. Now that your eyeshadow is done, you have 3 more things to do on your eyes, because technically you ain't quite finished with your eyeshadow. You're going to use an eyeshadow, and you're going to use either the lightest blue that you have, if you have a blue that is lighter than the 3 you just used, or, like me, if you don't, you're going to use a white. I'm sorry about that clanging. My necklace just decided to hit the mirror. And this is the closest thing to a white I have. It is a super, super pale, sparkly yellow. And you're going to do under your eyebrow, and then once you have the entirety of under your eyebrow highlighted, which is what the purpose of this is, you just follow along your eyebrow. I need to trim my eyebrow a little there because I'm realizing how much it's cutting into my eye makeup. But you follow along your eyebrow, you fill in the under area of it, which is why you can take the eye makeup all the way up to your eyebrow, because you're just going to cover it right up. So if it gets right up in your eyebrow, it's fine. And then you're going to do the corner of your eye with this same exact color. And it's just dabbing a little bit of it in the corner. Brings a little bit of an extra pop to the corner of your eye. I have glitter all over my computer. Lovely. This is what happens when you do makeup over top of your laptop. But I don't have much of a choice. I'm trying to show you guys what I'm doing. And I don't know how to upload stuff off of a camera to my laptop. So it is what it is. I'd rather you guys have a good view of what I'm doing in my makeup get on my laptop, because that's fixable, than you guys have a shit view of what I'm doing and not be able to see what I'm doing and have a terrible makeup tutorial to follow and just fail at following because of how bad it is. Now, and you know how people have been taking their keys out of their computer keyboard and painting them? Can someone come do that for my laptop, please? And do it D&D themed? Like, I would pay money for this. Like, good money for it. There you go. Eye makeup is now done. Very simple to do, not super difficult. Most beginners can do this makeup, I think. And if you can't, I apologize now. But it is a very, very simple makeup. Where did my eyeliner go? I had it 2 seconds ago. There it went. Next is eyeliner. You do this before your mascara if you feel confident in your mascara abilities. I did pretty good mascara when I did my first video. I think I'll be okay this time. And all I'm doing is a super thin line of eyeliner. I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm not doing any wings off of the back of my eye. None of that nonsense. Just a super, super thin line of eyeliner. And you can see the immediate difference. Sorry, allergies have decided to kick in. And I'm trying to not ruin my makeup, because I happen to like this makeup. I think I look good. And I'm not even done yet. And then you do the same for the other side. Once again, just super, super thin line. If you want to get all fancy with it, you feel confident in your abilities to do a wing, go right on ahead, honey. I don't feel confident in my abilities to do a wing. I barely feel confident in my abilities to do a line along the eyelid. The area of my eye that I am. And I don't feel like putting tape down on top of my makeup. There you go. Eyeliner done. Now, mascara. Very simple thing, and this is my triple shot mascara. Nothing super fancy, nothing major. Just brush it along your lashes. And I set up for this because I don't trust myself to do it leaning forward, so I apologize if you can't see it that well. But literally just do a light coat along both of your lashes. Because you just did eyeliner along your lash lines, so it'll make it pop. And there's eyeliner. There, mascara. And your last step is always your lips. That is the thing you want to save for last. And I have a NYX Butter Gloss that I got at Walmart again, that I thought was the cutest shade of blue. And you just paint your lips. Very easy to do. Okay. And there you go. That is the completed look. And all you need to do now is spray the hell out of it. And I mean spray the hell out of it. I'm using an e.l.f. setting spray. And I just hold your breath while you do that. And try and do it for a minute after. Save yourself breathing in any of it. But here's the completed makeup look. I hope that this was helpful for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Hopefully I'll get a couple of other videos out today. If I don't, I'll have them out by the end of the week. By the end of next week, and I'll have started on my gay pride looks, and I'll have a little bit of catch up to play if I don't get it all finished up today, so I hope like hell I do. I hope you guys have a good day though, and enjoy your week. Be safe out there, guys. Bye bye.